Sorry, next one's in half an hour. Ooh, she's thick. Alrighty, hey there, it is Casey, and we are on the South London Network again, this time the South London to Brighton combo pack by Danny. Shout out to Danny, who has been making these awesome merged routes, which makes the routes a little bit longer and a little bit more fun. Today, we are doing a London Victoria to London, London Bridge to London Victoria run again, but this time we're doing it with the actual outer loop, which, by the way, I screwed that up immensely in the initial video that I did for this. That was the inner loop, and I found out Southern doesn't even run it anymore. They gave it to London Overground, and it ends at Clapham Junction. But whatever. Anyways, we got ourselves another Class 455, but this time we have it in Network Southeast paint because Network Southeast. I like it. Looks just like Amtrak's Phase 3 Pepsi can trains. I don't know if you ever heard of those. They're pretty cool. Now I want Pepsi. But, yeah, these are the Network Southeast cars. They call them toothpaste trains, but they look a lot more like Amtrak Pepsi can trains to me. Especially the way the stripes are set up on the side. Well, let's hop in the cab and take this bitch out. Oh, there goes the doors. Now I gotta make sure I remind my fucking dumbass that this train has 8 cars. I have made the mistake in the past of thinking I've only had 4 cars and stopped very short in many stations. It's one of those trains where you gotta stop at the end of the station. You gotta be very precise with where you're stopping. Thankfully, I just had some coffee, so I'm kind of awake. Kind of also tired at the same time, but fuck it, I have something to do. It's a gloomy day out today. It kind of sucks. I wish it wasn't so gloomy out. So, London Bridge doesn't even look like this anymore. They tore it down and rebuilt it from scratch, apparently. Kind of like the new London Bridge. It's nice, but it doesn't have the charm of the old one. It's a through station now for most trains, too. Like, they've only a few trains terminate there. Of course, these are one of the few trains that terminate there still. This line is still in service by Southern. And honestly, when I said we were doing the outer loop in the other video, I thought we were going to go that way. And frankly, I was a little surprised we went via Denmark Hill. I guess I wasn't paying attention when I was selecting them out. But then again, that was also on the regular South London map versus the combined map with Danny. I don't know, maybe if you fixed the routing to be perfect, but I kind of like how this goes. It's a little better because at least the train now has a proper, you know, line to follow. And now that we're leaving London Bridge, I think the next station is New Cross Gate. Going from London Bridge to London Victoria, and we're making all local stops. And on the outer loop, it takes quite a while to do it completely, especially when you're making all local stops. I think it takes about an hour. So this is going to take an hour. And there we go. 60 mile an hour here. Oh, tell me how you like the webcam addition to this type of video. I was kind of scared of doing webcams because, to be very honest, I still am extremely fucking dysphoric about myself, so. Oh yeah, and that hat thing in the icon, yeah, that's not. I actually have a hat like that. You're everywhere. You're in the house. Not even for like aesthetic purposes. Like I actually wear this hat around the house. They call it the witch's hat. It has a fucking spell on you. Okay, so I like this little section of track right over here coming out of London Bridge because you can speed up to about 60 miles an hour. I think you gotta slow down with the switch. Actually, no, I want to go a little bit faster. I'll catch it at 55. I can slow down with time. I've learned to master these trains by using the Force. I'm not even a Star Wars nerd. I don't even know where that came from. I'm crucifying Star Wars fans. What is going on here? What is going on here? Well, the first stop is coming up, which is New Cross Gate. Kind of have a little bit of a lisp because my teeth are kind of like in the front longer than the rest of my teeth. So yeah, you're gonna hear like lispy things sometimes. Now I'm gonna slow down to 45. This is how you do a proper slowdown for a speed. Keep going notch by notch, that way you don't go too low. So that's one thing I can't stand is going too low and then the train starts slowing down far before where you actually need it to stop. I'm hoping that this thing gets to New Cross Gate before the timer is up on these Bandicam videos. I'm too broke to pay for a subscription, so I'm fucking buy it off. Anyway, so yeah, New Cross Gate. Let's go a little faster. Not too slow. That is by, like, I think that's more annoying than how the American warning sounds are. Just a loud thing just like howling at you. Son of a bitch. In case you wondering why I'm rushing to New Cross Gate is because we're A, a minute behind schedule, and B, timer on Bandicam. It's kind of what killed my Northeast Corridor video, which I admit I made out of satire, but at the same time, I kind of meant a lot of the things I said. Like, I don't just say things just to hear myself talk. son of a bitch. And of course it timed out. I don't know how or why. But here we are, New Cross Gate. Now we have to start slowing down to 25. Because we're going to go onto the local track, or the stopping track as they call it in England. And this is the type of stuff I like right here, like these short runs between stops. Because it's what I'm used to here in Philadelphia. A lot of people say that our stopping patterns can only be compared to a light rail system. I kind of agree with that. I have to burp. I have gas. Alright, so we're going over this switch. The only reason why I'm speeding up a little bit before entering the station is so I can get a nice clean stop coming in. Because I learned one thing about these trains is that they're very, very, very easy to stop if you know what the fuck you're doing. This is why I prefer trains like this over like push-pull trains, like trains with locomotives and passenger cars, because you're basically dragging weight with you versus this where all the cars are powered. Come on, baby. I might pull up a little too far up for this station. Nope, did I? Just a tad. Shoot. Well, at least it's not too bad, like. Okay, so the doors are all on the platform, but the nose of the train is hanging off. And of course, because of that, the front two doors didn't open on the train. Then again, when you think about it, these trains have those doors that are passenger operated anyway, so that kind of makes sense in real life if you ever did see that. People will avoid the closed doors just to go to an open one just to not press the button. Because in their words, they don't know where it's been. Oh, this bitch just missed the train. Sorry, next one's in half an hour. Ooh, she's thick. I just realized, look at the silhouette of this woman. Look at those thighs. If it's one thing I like more than trains, is pear-shaped women. But yet, her legs on the bottom don't match, like, you know, the kind of hips I'm looking at here. Damn, girl. Here, you're gonna be my model for a sec. British women are cute. I gotta say that. Even the AI, even her face is pretty. And usually the faces of these AIs are a tragedy. And I'm not even saying that to be curt or benign, but like, fucking, half of these AIs have some tragic looking faces. Not her. I don't know who she was, but I think I have a new crush. Next station stop, and I kid you not, broccoli. See, now, I'm really hungry right now, so every time I hear a train station name that sounds even remotely close to food, my stomach starts hurting. I mean, I have like a thing of Honey Nut Chex to the side over here, but I'm trying to avoid sugar because I have a little bit of a toothache. Kind of want something without the sugar in it, just so I don't upset it more. I have dentophobia. I don't like the dentist. But I also have an addiction to chocolate ranchers. So, yeah. Alright, Broccoli Station. Please mind the gap when exiting the train. See, I've been doing really good with these trains lately with the stopping. Like, that's right on the 8-car mark, that one. Perfectly on the 8-car mark. And yet the front door still didn't open. But look at how perfect that is. How perfect that lineup is. You go to the side window right here and look. Oh, shit. So, those words were tasty. They were very tasty. I think I tasted barbecue sauce. Alright, so, I'm not gonna assume again until I look first. I apologize for that. But, yeah, I'm not gonna do that again. So, we are leaving this station with our little 8-car train. Our little 8-car train. Thing's freaking long as shit. Jeez, I think the next time. Like I was saying earlier, though, I really like how this paint job looks. Because of its resemblance to, like, something here in America that I'm familiar with. And I think that's what makes me happy. Honor Oak Park is the next stop? Okay. Honor Oak Park is the next stop. So, because of how Americanish this paint scheme looks to me, it makes me feel a little bit better operating something like this. And it's also, you know, before the days of ADAs and colorblind regulations and whatnot. So the doors actually match the rest of the body. And you don't have those solid colored doors. Not that I hate them, but, you know, it just looks weird. Like, I have never seen anything like that outside of Great Britain. Very rarely do they do it here in America. They recently did it with CT Rail, and they once did it with the New York City subway R32s, and even the R42s and R40 slant cars towards the 80s. But personally, I wasn't a big fan of trains with different colored doors until I started looking at Great Britain stock. Here in America, I live near the Market Frankfurt line. I live more closer to the 101 trolley, but when I go into the city, I take the 101 trolley to the Market Frankfurt line. And the Market Frankfurt line, one of the things I will say about it is that recently it had a ad for jets. And Jet had this like light blue that was done on the doors instead of the body, in order to avoid having the advertisement being distorted by the body ridges of the M4 cars that run on the Market Frankfurt line. So Jet put these light blue doors on there, on these Market Frankfurt cars, and I actually thought it looked pretty spiffy. And, you know, it was funny because I was like doing like a little anime to myself, like this little like hot little anime that I'm working on myself, and I drew Market Frankfurt car on there and actually colored the doors the same color as the Jet advertisement. I really, really, really wish that if they ever do like any type of like refresh to those cars, they do the doors up like that. We're not gonna have what happened last time. Okay, not bad. What is this guy doing? Okay, see, like, behavior like that makes me extremely nervous because I have seen it lead to, like, horrible things in real life. Please, people, civilians, commuters, don't do that. Do not do that. That is a no-no. That is scary. That makes us think you're gonna jump in front of the train. Don't do that. Okay, stop. And this time, no eating my words. Because I stopped right this time. So, ha. Alrighty. And we are off again. Once, like, the brakes are released on these trains, their acceleration's actually pretty good. Their top speed is shit, though. I think they can only go as much as, like, 75 miles an hour. And there are some stretches on some of these routes that have 90 miles an hour. One time, I attempted to run the entire Brighton line with a Class 455 and got my ass kicked. Couldn't even like come close to the speeds, and on top of it I had to pick the fast strip, of course, because I wanted to be fancy schmancy. So the next station stop is Forest Hill. Jesus Christ, I am trying so hard not to make a Long Island Railroad comparison, but y'all making it hard. I mean, we have a station on the Long Island Railroad main line called Forest Hills, who's also like 4 tracks just like this, side platforms, and third rail powered trains. What the fuck? Oh my goodness. I'm a little pissed. Because now I feel like I'm in Queens. Fuck you, Angie. Don't ask who she is. These signal bridges look similar to the ones that Long Island Railroad uses too. Like, you guys are just making... And there's a high-rise near the train station. Oh my goodness, I really feel like I'm in Queens right now. Okay, this is some bullshit. Okay, so now we're coming into Forest Hill. And you can already see Sydenham Station not too far away down the line. That's the last station on the main line before we diverge off. Now, unlike the Forest Hill in Queens, this station seems to look like it's on ground level. The Forest Hills in Queens is kind of like on a embankment, kind of. They do that on purpose so that the trains can go over the streets without interference by cars and stuff like that, because, you know, New York is a big city. You don't really want grade crossings in a city like that, or level crossings as they call them in England and in Australia. You need a place that has grade separation, basically where trains go over or under roads or under other obstacles such as other train lines. Here in London, you got a lot of that, especially here on the South London Network map. There's not many places where you have trains interacting with roads. Matter of fact, that's the first crossing I have seen in a while. We are at Forest Hill. A little past the stop marker this time, I'm not gonna lie about that. Like, I could see it over here from this angle. Alrighty, we're leaving Forest Hills for Sydenham. Last station on the Brighton, what we call, I think they call this the London Bridge main line or the Thameslink main line, because the Brighton main line is the one that goes into Victoria. But they merge outside of, like, I think South Croydon or something like that. Again, American girl, don't know much about Britain, still learning, so forgive me if I make mistakes. Here we go. So now Sydenham is not far away at all, so I'm not going to go too fast between these two stations. I think the highest I'm going to go is probably like 45, which is usually what SEPTA does between stations, because SEPTA also kind of has like stations like really close knit together like this, especially if you run on the Wilmington Newark line or the infamous PLE Thorndale line, aka the main line as we call it out here, where all the snobs live. I mean that lovingly. Quiet. Good ducky. I wish I had a better computer just so I could give you guys better frame rates, but I am one very broke girl, and this is the problem I've been having lately, so it's not nobody's fault, it's just I'm still looking for a job, admittingly. Quiet. Oh my goodness. So anybody else seen that, or am I the only one who just seen the train like literally hopscotch over a curve? Look, I know I hit the brakes to full service, but in real life that does not happen. What kind of physics? Isaac Newton would be spitting at his goddamn grave right now. Right after we are done with this train station, we are taking that switch towards the left over there. That's going to be the one that takes us into Crystal Palace and the rest of the route around London back into London. Alrighty. Alright, so now we're like right outside of Sydenham, and here comes the train. This right here is the switch for the flyover. Makes a nice screenshot just to give you an idea of how the flyover works. God, that paint job is so immaculate. And now we're rising up to the Crystal Palace branch. Sorry for the low frame rates here. You know, this kind of reminds me a lot of what I did in Bridgerissa in Trains with the Z at the end. Or Z at the end for you guys out there in England watching this. In Trains, I had a flyover like this for the Layered Valley line and for the Bayshore line, both of which, you know, are main lines in Metropolis's Bridgerissa commuter rails system. Metropolis is just a city in Bridgerissa. Bridgerissa is the state. So the flyover like this is like, you know, looks a little familiar to me a little bit. It kind of looks like a reverse of how Layered line branches off after Colts Neck, which is, I think they call that one Colts Neck Junction. I have to look at my files again to remember exactly what that one's called. Oh my goodness, my nose is so itchy right now, and I just want to sneeze so bad, but it does not want to come out. I hate allergies. I hate this time of year. I'm not even gonna lie. I wish allergies were a freaking thing. We're pretty high up now on a hill, basically. You could see like the rooftops of nearby buildings. This is like embankment money right here. Because before we were at specifically ground level. Alright. So it seems like over here the ground transitions a little bit and catches up to the right of way. Which is, you know, you have the hill coming up over here. We go underneath that hill after we stop at Crystal Palace. So Crystal Palace comes off to me as one of those ground level stations. Crystal Palace Station. Crystal Palace. Again with this guy. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna smack you so hard. And I don't even mean it, like, with a trade. Like, I'm gonna get out of this trade, walk up to you, and smack the living shit out of you for fucking scaring me twice. How the fuck did you get here so fast? I bet you he's, like, walking around in circles, too, just, like, talking about, like, crazy stuff, like, Y2K style-ish. The government's coming, and you're gonna take everything. So do you see the roof of this place? Like, this is a beautiful train station. This is one of the reasons why I love Crystal Palace. It's different. It's definitely different. Whoa. I am a ghost! Ah, you missed your train. What a shame. Sorry, Maine. Alright, now we have to go through this drawing speed limit right here of 15 miles an hour. And in case no one has gotten the memo, like, that drawing means that. I never understood why there's a 15 mile an hour speed limit. Like, this could be done at, like, even 20, honestly. I would be a little bit happier with that. Next station stop is Gypsy Hill, by the way. My chest hurts. So what's the point of the headlights if they don't illuminate the entire tunnel? Kind of seems pointless, huh? And why are the tunnels so dark in this game? Like, they could be a little bit more brighter. Not all these tunnels are this dark. I can understand, like, you know, some of the London Underground tunnels, but these? No. I've seen cab rides for these trains. Or as they call it, driver's views. I'm pretty sure that signal was hit by the train because of how close it sticks out to the track. You gotta be a little bit careful with this train station because it's on a downgrade. I hate it when these super minute. Like, you can never really scratch that just the right way. I don't know if it's me, but I feel like the station is way too short for this 8-car train. Sometimes I'll release the brake, like, while I'm still in the station, just so that I can give the train a little bit of a runner before stopping, because I hate creeping to the stop. Come on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the back car is, like, hanging off the platform. Oh, child. Is that how the station house looks like? Damn, it's like something out of New York City subway. Oh, damn. Alrighty, now we're leaving Gypsy Hill. I kind of like this neighborhood. Like, it looks nice. I like it. And one of the interesting things is that I like how they use a station house, basically, to get down to the platform. It reminds me a lot of, you know, New York's, like, subway system when you have to, like, go down to, like, one of those trench train stations. Or even the Staten Island Railway, in a sense. They have plenty of trench stations like that. Alrighty, West Norwood, next stop. Here we go. We slow down to 35 here for this very tight curve. And then we bump back up to 50, but then we have to go back down to 20 because of the switch at Norwood. Talk about contradictions upon contradictions. You know, honestly, some of the speed limits on here make me want to look at it sideways and go, why? Why is it set up like that? But I digress, my students. Quiet. Does anybody even speed up through this section over here? Like, am I the only one who just coasts at 35 miles an hour? Pretty sure everybody coasts through here. We're not going to make that 20 without speed warning. has 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. That makes sense. Again, I don't even think a full 8-car train could fit on this platform, but let's see. Maybe that I'll eat my words again. Oh no, I am confident that this is not an 8-car long platform. So, I was right. It is not an 8-car long platform because the back of this train is kind of hanging off. I mean, you still have all the passenger doors on the platform, but you still have the back hanging off. I would say this is like a 7 3/4 car platform. The cool thing is that it is staggered, so you can get interesting pictures like this. Yeah, what the fuck? That is so pleasing. I don't know why, but it's so pleasing to see, like, you know, the stripes, like, go up and then come back down. I knocked into, like, the external hard drive, and this is where the video feed is going to. So hopefully I didn't disturb it. So right now, we are on this line, the Crystal Palace line I call it. I don't know what the official name of it is. The next station stop on this train is Streatham Hill. Streatham Hill. I don't know how to pronounce that. To the right, I think that's the southeast train. I could be wrong. I know we follow this branch down into Streatham Hill. I'm watching the train speed here because of how steep this little incline is. So far, so good, though. Again, I don't know anything about these train lines that are coming in and out of these tracks, but if y'all can let me know, because I don't know what the hell this line is coming in on the right. another tunnel. Take another Tylenol in a little bit because my teeth are hurting me. My water. Here's my Tylenol. Watching the train speed. Okay, getting up to 45, 46, 47, down. So, I was watching To Catch a Predator. And for those who don't know what To Catch a Predator is, that's a lovely show about grown-ass men trying to meet up with girls in their teenage years on the internet for things, per se. Mainly for sex, but also to exploit them, sex trafficking, stuff like that, human trafficking. And, of course, let's not forget the one predator who brought his son to the Sting House. Let me tell you, that is one of my favorite shows to watch, like, you know, clips from and stuff like that, because it is actually quite interesting to see these guys sit there and, like, try to lie their way out of, you know, soliciting sex with an underage person. Because that's like, you know, I don't know what it is. It's just the element of surprise, 1 and 2, the fact that they're doing good for everybody. I might have went a little further past where I wanted to stop. Not too bad, actually. Right at the 8-car mark. Perfect. I don't know why, but I feel like I have a pimple on my cheek, and I think that's from putting too much moisturizing lotion on my face. Yeah, I know it's mainly for the hands, but my face gets dehydrated and flaky, so... So as I was saying, I've been watching To Catch a Predator lately, and in To Catch a Predator, they have these grown women who play the part of the teenager that these people were speaking to online. And there was this episode where they picked a girl, ironically, named Casey. And Casey, I could see why they picked her. She's 19 years old, but she looks like she's 12. And one of the things that I kind of really got somewhat annoyed yet went aha about was there was a scene in To Catch a Predator in one of the episodes where this guy comes over to the house, he meets Casey the decoy, and he tries to give her a high five, and she like left him hanging while explaining to him what she wanted to do, you know, that night and stuff like that. And she acknowledged it in, like, you know, those little tape confession things that they play like, you know, after the scene played. She goes, yeah, he tried to give me a high five, and I dissed him. And I'm just like, You sure this girl is 19 years old? You sure? Like, I have a feeling y'all actually hired a real child. But you know what? At least it's better than, you know, what Tetrad Core did. Using real minor photos. And that's like from the later Predator vs. Hansen series. Which is, I heard, dead on arrival because Chris Hansen is out of the building. But you know what? Should have paid your damn fucking debts, bro. Though I gotta admit, I hate the people going around saying, oh, this is karma, this is karma. How is this karma? Unless he's getting diddled by little children, that there's no karma to beseech here. Like, do y'all know how karma works? It don't work like that. Y'all make my head hurt. Alrighty. So we have this drawling ass speed limit over here, which I can't stand when the speed limits are this low, especially between two train stations that are very close together. But once we get to about, you know, a little bit past this tower over here, we can go a little bit faster, which makes no damn sense because Balham Station is coming up right after that. So when they do these speed limit signs, do they take into consideration that there's like a train station literally like a few feet away? Am I tripping? Am I the only one who thinks that maybe it shouldn't be like that? Kind of silly in my eyes. But yeah, that decoy Casey, oh my goodness. She was the best decoy they have ever had because the way she looked, the way she talked, people actually thought that this was the said minor that they were going to meet up that night for sexual relations with. But, you know, I gotta admit, they go to Tetrad Core after, like, you know, they're, like, you know, To Catch a Predator is done, and now they're doing Hansen versus Predator, and they pick these dumb decoys that honestly don't know their hand from their ass. There was this one decoy, he looked scared the entire time, and apparently when he was asked questions, he was like, yeah, it's just me that lives here. Me, my mommy, and my daddy. And the guy looks like he's like fucking 19 years old. What? What 19-year-old? I mean, what 13-year-old says my mommy and my daddy? That just pissed me off to no end. Balham Station. Okay, we are rolling. I really like this scheme, man. One of the things I always also found cool was the actual logo for Network Southeast. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the BMW M logo. Or like the New Jersey Transit Tri-Stripe. Wandsworth Common next stop, which is literally right down the street. So yeah, me, my mommy, and my daddy, that kid said, and he looked scared the entire time. Same thing with the female decoy that they picked up. Like, she actually cried at one point because she thought that one of the guys who came had a gun on him. There's so many red flags with the Hansen versus Predator versus the initial To Catch a Predator series. So I have a lot of problems with it. A lot of problems. If anybody has ever seen this channel, shout out to Mr. Gigi. He was the one who basically kind of introduced Hansen versus Predator to me, because I didn't even know they made a follow-up to Catch a Predator. I thought that was done. Then I see this hunk of crap with this my mommy, my daddy bullshit. Enough about Chris Hansen, though, honestly, because I feel like I'm giving this show way too much publicity. Hansen versus Predator, not To Catch a Predator. To Catch a Predator was awesome. Hansen versus Predator is a piece of crap that doesn't deserve to see the light of day ever again. Damn, right at the edge of the platform. Perfect stop. Alright, next station stop is the infamous Clapham Junction. We were at Clapham Junction in my London Overground video, which was the introduction, basically, to this entire, like, train video cab ride series that I've been doing. And, I gotta admit, I love the way they detailed it. Here in the game, we're going to be coming in on the Southern Main Line. This is what they call this. But here we actually get a chance to go 60 because it's actually a little bit of a stretch here from here to Clapham Junction. But I like running this route. And I like coming into Clapham Junction, especially because of the zigzag platforms at Clapham Junction. It makes for good pictures. Yeah, we definitely get to, like, you know, stretch our legs through here. Quiet. I don't care. S-curve from Clapham Junction station. But at least you get to, like, you know, speed the train up a bit here. I was watching videos of Clapham Junction during the Network Southeast era, and let me tell you, I could not keep my eyes off the screen. I don't know what it is about the old British Landor MU trains, but I always found them quite interesting. And to see them, like, in motion, like, it was something. See, now that's how you come down from like 60 miles an hour to 20. Put the throttle up a little bit to 2, that way you can match that 20 coming into the station, because you kind of need that momentum. Curves do slow a train down a bit. And that's because train wheels and train curves, you know, steel against steel, causes a lot of friction and a lot of inertia loss. Ooh, I like that modern looking stairway they added on the side over here. Sorry if I keep scratching my hair, it's just like, sometimes this hat gets a little itchy after a while. Might stop a little short here, but I know all the cars are on the platform. Perfect. Alrighty. I actually kind of want to film this train leaving this station, just to show you how mesmerizing this looks. This train station, by the way, is the world's busiest rail station, or so the British government so the British government gloats. But honestly, I don't care if it is or isn't, it's still a nice place to rail camp. Train spot, however you call taking pictures of trains. Isn't that mesmerizing how it comes around that curve? Alright, the next station stop on this train is Battersea Park. And then after that, it's going to be Victoria Station. And if I'm reading the schedule correctly, we are 2 minutes late. Quiet. Come on, don't start clapping out on me now. Almost to Battersea Park, and then finally Victoria. I really want to finish this without incident. just right as I got to 45 miles an hour, you get hit with a 45-mile-an-hour speed limit for this curve over here. I know for sure that the track leads to the London Overground line, what formerly was the inner loop. And the London Overground uses it for, like, I think 3 times a day in order to keep the line open from closing. There goes the Battersea Power Station. And then here's the lead on the right coming in for the London Overground branch that connects to Battersea Park. Always interesting to see all these late things. Yeah, that's it on the right there. Battersea Park Station, Battersea Park Station. Unless you stand that close to the edge of the platform, you're making me nervous. I don't care. I'm almost at the end of my run. I am not fucking up now. I will use the emergency brake if I have to stop this fucking train. Ay, ay, ay. Still, in some way, shape, or form, overran. I guess this is what happens when you stop caring. Like I said, it's a damn simulator. It's not a real train. Alrighty, the next and final stop will be London Victoria. Here we go. I'm kind of fried at this point, only because this route is just long as shit. But at the same time, you know, it's also a gloomy day out. I'm kind of tired and haven't eaten anything yet, so that's probably why I'm a little right now. No, excuse me. Thankfully, London Victoria is not too far away. And we're ending our train run on platform 11. into London Victoria interesting, but not as interesting as coming into London Bridge, because you get to see, like, the actual London skyline coming into London Bridge. Quiet. Yeah, I'm really hungry. Definitely gonna make myself a sandwich after this. So, before we go, I would like to leave you with one more thing about pop culture. Why is R. Kelly so stupid? Like, every time I watch his interview with Gayle King, my only reaction is, that's stupid! His words. Yeah, I know I'm speeding. I'm slowing down, though. I'm not gonna say whether or not he did what he did or he didn't do what he did. I will say this. It just looks really bad when you're in an interview with, like, a very powerful black woman and your only concern is your image. And you sitting there crying like a little child, honestly, doesn't make me think you're less innocent or less guilty. It just makes me think that you're an immature piece of shit. Then again, what can you expect from the man who made 37 versions of the same song? Oh my god, I get it. You were trying to tell a story, R. Kelly, but you could have used different beats. And different formats and whatnot. Like, you literally sang the same song 30-something times. Look, I'm done with R. Kelly, right? I am finished with him. He is trash to me. Alrighty, London Victoria Station, last stop on this train. Make sure you take all your belongings with you, because if you leave it behind, I ain't giving it back to you. I ain't your damn mama, and I ain't responsible for your bullshit. And I ain't fitting to go and chase you down because you forgot your damn rubber duck on the train. This is London Victoria. Yeah, I just cursed people out on a PA announcement or something. I like to come into the station at 15, because I feel like that's like a good speed. You can control the train before it hits the bumper block at 15 miles an hour. I want to go as close to the bumper block as possible, like in real life, because that means the train's also closer to the fare gates as possible. They definitely painted the wrong image of that guy when they posted that picture of him storming over Gayle King. It's bad look, my friend. Sorry to bring that up again, it's just, I was just thinking about that. Alrighty, London Victoria, last stop on this train. Huh? Alright. This is Casey. Thank you once again for riding with me. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the new camera overlay. I'm excited to hear what you guys think and feel about it. And hope you guys come and ride with me again in the future for some more Train Simulator. Peace.